Stop everything you were meant to hear this today. My child, stop what you are doing right now. Put everything down, because what I am about to say to you is not a coincidence. You did not stumble upon these words by accident. You did not find this message because you were bored or because you had nothing else to do. I brought you here. I pulled you toward this moment because there is something I need you to hear before another day passes. Before another night falls on a heart that is carrying more than it was designed to carry alone. Before you make a decision based on how you feel right now instead of what I know about your future. You were meant to hear this today. Not tomorrow, not next week, not when things get better, or when you finally feel worthy enough to receive a word from me. Today, right now, in the middle of whatever mess you are sitting in the middle of whatever storm is raging around you, in the middle of whatever silence has made you feel like I forgot about you. I did not forget about you. I never have. I never will. And today I am breaking through every wall, every distraction, every lie you have believed about yourself and about me, to reach you right where you are. So I need you to stay. I need you to read every single word. Because by the time you reach the end of this message, something inside you is going to shift. Something that has been locked is going to open. Something that has been dead is going to breathe again. I have planned this moment for you, and I do not plan things without purpose. I know what your life has looked like lately. I know the weight you wake up with every morning, that heaviness that sits on your chest before you even open your eyes, that feeling that something is wrong even when you cannot name exactly what it is. I know about the relationships that have drained you, the people who took your love and gave you confusion in return, the ones who saw your kindness as weakness and used it against you. I know about the dreams you have quietly stopped talking about, because too many people looked at you like you were foolish for having them. I know about the prayers you have whispered in the dark when no one was watching, the ones where you asked me if I was even listening, the ones where you were so tired that your prayer was not even words anymore. It was just tears, just a groan, just a desperate reaching out into the silence, hoping something was there. I was there. I am always there. But here is what I need you to understand today. The pain you have been carrying was never meant to be a permanent address. It was always meant to be a passage, a corridor, a narrow road that leads somewhere far greater than where you started. The enemy wanted you to set up a home in that pain. He wanted you to unpack your bags, hang up your disappointments on the walls, and decide that this is just how your life is going to be. He has been whispering to you that your best days are behind you, that you have made too many mistakes, that too much time has passed, that the window of blessing is closed and you missed it. I need you to stop believing that lie right now, because I am the God who makes all things new, not some things, not the easy things, all things. I am the God who took a shepherd boy and made him a king. I am the God who took a woman with 5 failed marriages and made her the first evangelist of an entire city. I am the God who took a man in chains in a prison and made him the second most powerful person in an entire nation overnight. I specialize in situations that look finished. I thrive in circumstances that look impossible. And I am telling you today that your situation is not finished. It is not impossible. And I have not moved on from you. I want to talk to you about something that has been happening that you may not have fully recognized. There has been a war being fought over your life. Not a small skirmish, not a minor inconvenience. A full, intentional, strategic war. And the reason the attacks have been so persistent, so targeted, so personal, is because the enemy knows something about you that you have not yet fully accepted about yourself. You are dangerous to his kingdom. The gifts inside you, if fully activated, if fully surrendered to me, have the power to pull people out of darkness. The testimony that is being forged inside your pain right now has the power to reach people that polished religion never could. The anointing on your life is not ordinary. It never has been. And the enemy recognized it long before you did. That is why the opposition has been so fierce. That is why certain doors kept closing. That is why certain relationships kept falling apart. That is why it has felt like every time you took 2 steps forward, something came to push you 3 steps back. He was not attacking who you are right now. He was attacking who you are becoming. But here is what the enemy forgot. Here is where his strategy has a fatal flaw. He cannot stop what I have ordained. He can delay. He can detour. He can cause pain and confusion and doubt. But he cannot cancel what I have written over your life. He does not have that authority. Only I do. And I have not canceled anything. I have not revised my plans for you downward. I have not looked at your mistakes and decided to give your blessing to someone more deserving. There is no one more deserving. You are my child, and everything I promised you still stands. Every single word of it. I need you to hear me say something that perhaps no one in your life has said to you recently. You have been incredibly brave. Do you understand that? You have kept going in conditions that would have broken most people. You have shown up for your family when you were running on empty. You have chosen faith when fear was screaming in your ear. You have gotten back up after losses that were genuinely devastating. You have smiled in rooms full of people while carrying a private grief that none of them knew about. You have prayed when prayer felt pointless. You have trusted when trust felt foolish. I see all of it, every sleepless night. Every moment you chose to forgive someone who never apologized. Every time you held your tongue when you wanted to explode. Every sacrifice you made that went unnoticed and unthanked by the people around you, I noticed. I recorded every single one. And I want you to know that not 1 ounce of your faithfulness has been wasted. Not 1 tear has fallen to the ground without me catching it. Not 1 prayer has dissolved into the air unheard. I heard them all. I have been answering them in ways you cannot yet see, but you will see. I promise you that you will see. Now I want to speak to the specific fears that have been living inside you, because I know them by name. I know that you are afraid that time is running out, that you have waited so long for certain things to change, and they have not changed, and now you are starting to wonder if they ever will. You are afraid that the people you love are too far gone, that the damage in certain relationships is too deep to repair, that the financial hole is too large to climb out of, that the health situation is too advanced for a turnaround, that the dream is too old and you are too far behind. I need you to bring every single one of those fears to me right now. Do not hold on to them. Do not keep managing them on your own. Do not keep lying awake at night, turning them over and over in your mind, as if more worry will somehow produce a solution. It will not. But I will. I am not intimidated by anything on that list. Not 1 item. Not the relationship that has been broken for years. Not the financial situation that looks mathematically impossible. Not the health report that the doctors delivered with grim faces. Not the dream that everyone around you has told you to let go of. None of it is too far gone for me. None of it is outside my jurisdiction. None of it has made me throw up my hands and walk away from you. I am still working. I am still moving. I am still orchestrating things in the unseen realm that are going to show up in your visible world in ways that will take your breath away. Things are being aligned right now that you cannot see. Doors are being prepared that have not yet opened. People are being positioned in your path who are going to carry exactly what you need. Resources are being gathered. Healing is being released. Restoration is being set in motion. Your breakthrough is not a maybe. It is a when. And the when is closer than you think. But I need to be honest with you today, because my love for you demands honesty. There is something I need you to do. There is a part of this that requires your participation. Because I will not force my blessings on a closed hand. I will not pour my peace into a heart that keeps filling itself back up with anxiety the moment I empty it out. I will not keep sending you forward while you keep running back to the familiar pain of the past. I need you to make a decision today, not a feeling. Feelings are unreliable. They change with the weather, with the news, with one difficult conversation. I am not asking you to feel your way into this. I am asking you to decide, to choose, with the full weight of your will, with everything that is in you, to choose to trust me, to choose to believe that I am who I say I am, to choose to act on my word even when your circumstances are screaming a completely different story. That is what faith is. It is not the absence of fear. It is the decision to move forward in spite of it. It is looking at a closed door and declaring that the God who opens doors is still on the throne. It is looking at an empty bank account and declaring that my God supplies all my needs according to his riches. It is looking at a broken relationship and declaring that the God who restores is already at work. It is looking at a body in pain and declaring that by his stripes I am healed. Your words have power. What you speak over your life matters. What you agree with in your heart takes root. And I need you to start agreeing with me instead of agreeing with your circumstances. I need you to start speaking life over yourself the way I speak life over you. I need you to start seeing yourself the way I see you, instead of through the distorted lens of your worst moments and your harshest critics. You are not who they said you are. You are who I say you are. And here is who I say you are. You are chosen, selected, hand-picked, before the foundation of the world, for such a time as this. You are loved with a love that has no conditions attached to it, no performance requirements, no expiration date. You are equipped with everything you need to fulfill the purpose I placed inside you before you took your first breath. You are forgiven completely and permanently for every mistake, every failure, every moment of weakness and rebellion. You are covered by my grace, which is not a small covering. It is vast and wide and deep, and it reaches to every corner of your history. You are not behind. You are not disqualified. You are not too broken. You are not too late. You are exactly where I can work with you, and I am working. I want to tell you what is coming. Not to build false hype, not to give you empty promises that dissolve when the morning comes, but because I want you to walk forward with your head up. I want you to face tomorrow with a different posture, with expectation instead of dread, with open hands instead of clenched fists. What is coming for you is restoration. Not just of the things you lost recently, but of the things that were taken from you years ago that you stopped expecting back. What is coming for you is joy. Not the shallow happiness that depends on circumstances being favorable, but a deep, settled joy that exists independent of what is happening around you. What is coming is provision. Supernatural, unexpected, from sources you did not anticipate, provision that will make it impossible to explain except by saying God did this. What is coming is healing in your body, in your mind, in the broken places of your heart that you have learned to work around instead of truly heal. What is coming is peace in your home, unity where there has been division, warmth where there has been coldness, laughter where there has been tears. What is coming is vindication. The people who doubted you, dismissed you, counted you out, spoke against you, they are going to witness what I do in your life, and they will have no explanation except that the hand of God is upon you. What is coming is purpose fully activated. That thing inside you that has been stirring, that restlessness, that sense that you are made for something more, it is about to be ignited in a way that removes all ambiguity. You are going to know exactly what you are called to do, and you are going to have the courage to do it. My child, I want to close by saying this directly to your heart. I know you have been tired. I know some days the faith has felt thin. I know there have been moments when you have questioned everything, including me. I am not angry about that. I understand it. I have walked with humanity long enough to know that doubt is not the opposite of faith. Sometimes it is the very soil in which a deeper, more tested, more unshakable faith grows. What I am asking you not to do is quit. Do not quit on the prayer. Do not quit on the dream. Do not quit on the relationships I am still working on. Do not quit on yourself. Do not let the enemy convince you in this final stretch that all is lost, because that is always when he pushes hardest, when you are closest to the breakthrough. The pressure you are feeling right now is not evidence that I have abandoned you. It is evidence that something significant is about to break open. Stand firm, just a little longer. Keep your eyes on me and not on the waves. Keep speaking my word even when your voice shakes. Keep showing up even when no one is applauding. Keep trusting even when the evidence seems to point in a different direction. Because I am not done with your story. I am not even close to done. The chapters ahead of you are the ones worth waiting for. The chapters that are going to make everything you endured make sense. The chapters where you look back at this very moment, this very day when you stopped everything to hear my voice, and you realize that this was the turning point. This was the day everything began to change. I love you. I have always loved you. I will never stop loving you. And I am with you every step of the way into the extraordinary future I have prepared for you. Now rise, walk forward, and do not look back. I want to sit with you a little longer today because there is more I need you to hear. Do not move. Do not close this out. Do not tell yourself that you have already gotten what you needed and come back to the rest later, because the part I am about to share with you is the part the enemy most does not want you to reach. It is the part that is going to address the specific thing that has been keeping you stuck, the thing you have not told anyone, the thing you carry quietly, the thing that surfaces at night when the distractions fade and it is just you and the silence and the weight of everything unresolved. I know what it is, and I want to speak directly to it right now. There is a version of you that you buried a long time ago. Maybe it was after a devastating loss. Maybe it was after someone who was supposed to love you chose to destroy you instead. Maybe it was after a failure so public and so painful that you decided it was safer to shrink, to want less, to expect less, to become smaller so that the gap between where you are and where you dreamed of being would stop hurting quite so much. You told yourself you were being realistic. You told yourself you were being mature. You called it acceptance. You called it growth. But I want to gently tell you today that what you actually did was grieve a version of yourself that I never gave you permission to bury. That dreaming, reaching, believing, expectant version of you was not naive. It was not foolish. It was not setting you up for embarrassment. It was the version of you that was most aligned with how I designed you. It was the version of you that frightened the enemy the most. and I am here today to resurrect it. I am here to breathe life back into the dreams you folded up and tucked away in the back of your heart, where they would stop reminding you of what you had let go. I am here to tell you that it is not too late, that you have not aged out of my plans, that the vision I placed inside you in your youth was not a cruel joke that expired when life got hard. It was a seed, and seeds do not die just because they have been buried. In fact, burial is often exactly what a seed needs to finally become what it was always designed to be. You have been in the ground long enough. It is time to grow. I want to talk to you about the people in your life. Because some of the heaviest things you are carrying right now are not your own burdens. They are burdens you picked up for other people. Worries about your children that have kept you up at night for years. Concerns about a spouse or a parent or a sibling who seems to be walking a path toward destruction, and no matter what you say or do or pray, nothing seems to change. The grief of watching someone you love make choices that are breaking them apart and not being able to stop it. I need you to hear this with every part of your heart. Those people are not outside of my reach. No matter how far they have gone, no matter how long they have been walking away, no matter how deeply embedded in that wrong path they seem, I know how to get to them. I know every road that leads to their heart. I know the exact moment and the exact circumstance and the exact encounter that is going to crack them open and bring them home, and I am already preparing it. Your job is not to control their journey. Your job is not to manipulate outcomes through worry or through forcing your will on theirs. Your job is to pray, to trust, to release them into my hands with the full confidence that my hands are better than yours, that my love for them is even greater than yours is, which I know feels impossible because you love them so fiercely. But my love for them existed before they took their first breath, and it will not release them no matter how far they run. Let them go into my care today. Physically open your hands right now as a declaration. Stop gripping so tightly to outcomes you were never designed to control. And watch what I do when you get out of the way and let me work. I also need to talk to you about forgiveness. Not because I want to add another burden to what you are already carrying, but because unforgiveness is one of the primary things that has been blocking the flow of everything I am trying to release into your life. It is a dam, a wall, a door that stays locked from the inside and keeps out both the pain and the blessing simultaneously. I know who hurt you. I know the details of what they did. I know how deep it went. I know that some of what was done to you was genuinely wrong, genuinely cruel, genuinely undeserved. I am not asking you to pretend otherwise. I am not asking you to call what they did acceptable, or to act as though the wound was not real. The wound was real. The betrayal was real. The damage was real. But I am asking you to release them, not for their sake, for yours. Because the unforgiveness you are holding is not punishing them. They have moved on. They are living their lives. And here you are, still in the prison that their actions built, staying locked inside it every single day by choosing to hold on to the right to be angry. You have the right. I understand that. But exercising that right is costing you your freedom. Release them to me. Let me be the judge. Let me handle the account. Let me deal with what was done to you in the way that only I am qualified to deal with it. And in releasing them, release yourself. Walk out of that prison. Because outside those walls is a life that is waiting for you. A peace that is waiting for you. A capacity for joy that unforgiveness has been suffocating for far too long. Forgive, not once. As many times as the memory surfaces and the anger rises, forgive again and again, until the wound becomes a scar, until the scar becomes a testimony, until the testimony becomes the very tool I use to bring freedom to someone else who is sitting in the same prison you just walked out of. My child, I want to address the shame directly, because I know it is there. That quiet voice that tells you that you are too far gone, that the things you have done, the places you have been, the choices you have made, have somehow put you in a category beyond the reach of my grace. That other people can receive restoration and redemption, but your case is different. Your history is too complicated. Your failures are too significant. Your secrets are too dark. I need you to hear me say this as clearly as I know how to say it. There is no such category. It does not exist. I did not create a tier of human beings whose mistakes are too large for my blood to cover. The cross was not a limited solution for moderate sinners. It was a complete, total, final solution for the full weight of everything every human being has ever done or will ever do, including you, including everything on your list. You are not the exception to my grace. You are exactly who my grace was designed for. The shame you are carrying is not from me. I do not use shame as a tool. I use conviction, which is different. Conviction is specific, purposeful, and always points toward a solution. It says this specific thing needs to change, and here is the path forward. Shame is general and crushing and circular. It says you are fundamentally defective, and there is no path forward. Conviction comes from my spirit. Shame comes from the enemy. So when that voice rises up and tells you that you are too broken, too stained, too far gone, recognize whose voice it is. It is not mine. My voice says you are forgiven. My voice says you are clean. My voice says the old has gone and the new has come. My voice says that the person you were when you made those choices no longer defines the person you are or the person you are becoming. You are new. Walk like it. Talk like it. Receive like it. I want to speak now to your physical body because I know it has been struggling. I know the pain that wakes you up in the morning. I know the diagnosis that was delivered and the fear that came with it. I know the exhaustion that goes deeper than sleep can fix. I know the anxiety that lives in your chest and the tension that lives in your shoulders and the heaviness that makes even ordinary days feel like an enormous effort. I made your body. Every cell of it was knit together by my hands. Every system, every organ, every intricate network of function that keeps you alive and breathing right now, I designed it. And the same power that created it has authority over it. I am not standing outside your body hoping for the best. I am the God who heals. Healing is not a peripheral part of who I am. It is central to my nature. It is demonstrated throughout every page of my word. It is available to you right now. I am not saying that healing always looks the way you expect it to look. Sometimes I heal instantly and dramatically. Sometimes I heal progressively through process and time. Sometimes I heal through the wisdom I give to doctors and through medicine I provide through the knowledge I have placed in human hands. But healing is always the direction I am moving in. Wholeness is always the destination. And I am moving in that direction for you right now. Receive it. Speak it over yourself. Do not come into agreement with every dire word spoken over your body by people who do not have the final say. Doctors are doing the best they can with the information available to them, but I have information they do not have access to. I see the end from the beginning. I know what I am doing in your body, and I am asking you to trust me with it. Now, let me tell you something about the season you are in that I think will change how you see everything you have been experiencing. What has felt like a wilderness has actually been a workshop. What has felt like abandonment has actually been preparation. What has felt like delay has actually been development. I have been doing something in you during this difficult season that could not have been done any other way. The character that is being formed in you through this pressure is the very character that is going to be required for the next level I am taking you to. You cannot carry what I have for you next without being who you are becoming right now. The weight of the blessing I have prepared requires the foundation of the faith being built in you through this season. If I had given it to you before the process, you would not have been able to hold it. It would have overwhelmed you. It would have elevated you before your roots were deep enough to sustain the height. So the process was not punishment, it was protection, and it was preparation. You are almost ready. The things I have been building in you quietly, privately, in the hidden seasons when no one was watching and no one was applauding, they are almost complete. The foundation is almost fully laid. And when I begin to build visibly on what has been built invisibly, everyone around you is going to be astonished at the speed and the magnitude of what rises. Do not despise the process. Do not resent the wilderness. Do not waste the waiting room by spending the whole time frustrated that you are still waiting. Use this time. Grow in this time. Let me finish what I started in this time. Because the best thing that could happen to you is not to escape the process early. The best thing that could happen is to complete it fully so that you come out on the other side, whole, rooted, unshakable, and ready. My child, I am wrapping my arms around you right now in this moment. I want you to feel it, not as a metaphor, not as a poetic idea, as a reality. My presence is not a concept. It is not a theological position. It is a living, breathing, tangible reality that is available to you in every single moment of every single day, including this one, including the moments when you feel it the least, including the moments when the silence is so loud that it feels like proof that no one is there. I am there in the silence, especially in the silence, because it is in the silence that I can finally get a word in past all the noise and the distraction and the voices that have been pulling at your attention. It is in the silence that I can whisper the things into your spirit that are too important to compete with the chaos. It is in the silence that I do some of my deepest and most significant work. So, do not be afraid of the quiet. Do not rush to fill every moment with sound and stimulation and distraction. Come and sit with me. Come and be still. Come and let me be God in your life, in a real and present and active way rather than a distant theological fact you acknowledge on certain days of the week. I want to be your daily reality, your moment-by-moment companion, the first voice you hear in the morning, and the last presence you rest in at night. I want to be woven into the fabric of your ordinary days, not reserved only for crises and emergencies. I want to be part of your joy and your laughter, and your small victories and your simple pleasures. I want all of your life, not just the broken parts that need fixing. All of it. Give it to me. Every piece. The beautiful and the ugly, the strong and the fragile, the parts you are proud of and the parts you have been hiding. Bring it all to me and watch what I do with a life that is fully surrendered to the one who made it and loves it and has extraordinary plans for it. This is your moment, not a rehearsal, not a warm-up. This is the real thing. The moment you will look back on as the day the trajectory of your life changed. The day you stopped just going through the motions and started truly living. The day you stopped managing your pain and started letting me heal it. The day you stopped surviving and started walking toward the abundant life I died to give you. It starts right now, with a decision, with a surrender, with a simple yes spoken from the deepest part of your heart to the God who has been pursuing you with relentless love every single day of your existence. Say yes to me today. Say yes to the healing. Say yes to the restoration. Say yes to the purpose. Say yes to the future I have planned. Say yes to the love that will never let you go. Say yes to the grace that covers everything. Say yes to the life that is waiting on the other side of your surrender. I am here. I have always been here. I will always be here. And together, with my hand holding yours, there is nothing that can stop what I have planned for your life. Now rise, my beloved child. Your new season begins today. I love you, forever and always. Amen.